Oh my god, guys, welcome back. Please forgive the hair. I went outside and when it's 80 and above, my hair just goes. So, yeah. Ah, God's worked me over today. I think they wanted to have a little fun with me. And Loki's like, we're having a little fun with you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Have a little fun. But what they had done today was put on their country ways. It was like Applejack and Big Mac moved in with me, and we were all a simple folk. And Freya don't know why they think she is a fancy lady with jewels, 'cause she is just down home country. We got out the skillet, guys. And I live in the country, I don't talk like it either. We got out the skillet, and we were cooking in the cast iron skillet. 'Cause they was like hush puppies. No, they weren't quite that bad, but they were putting on the down home simple folk. We don't got no money, don't know why people think we all rich thing. It was about getting back to country basics, and they did this all damn day, and they all joined in. And they were all like, we all just a simple country folk. God damn gods. Growling laughter back here. Anyhow, one of you had commented on an old video in all this opulence and all that, and finally clicked in, and I'm like, Freyer, damn it to hell, you glad you not physical, because I would be chasing you all over the yard, hitting you with something. He would be shrieking with laughter, because he and Freya led the charge about being down home country ways, and how come I'm trying to manifest? Don't I like country? And God damn it to hell. Anyhow, they were all doing that, and then they let up and they said, we're teasing you. Why would we want you to ever have anything nice? So I'm like, okay. And you guys know I have the kitty, and I have not stopped thanking Freya for the kitty, or petting the kitty, or looking at the kitty. And she had put a bee in my bonnet about that Joy for All cat, the couple $100 cat, depending on the seller. It's like around 98 bucks, but depending on the seller, they jack up the price. And there's a Hasbro one. There's Joy for All, and then there's the For Real Friends one. And that one's even more expensive than the Joy for All. And I'm looking at these cats. I'm like, that's the same exact cat. I think these are two different companies, but that is the same exact cat. And I'm like, well, it don't matter. I don't have the money for either one. And I don't know why, but I went on Amazon again. And if you keep going on Amazon and stalking around like you're stalking items, Amazon finally says, okay, hey, come over here. This one's used. Don't tell anybody we have used stuff on Amazon. But this one's used. Yeah, if you type in used on Amazon, you'll find used stuff. And it was a pretty good price. It was like at least half the price. But then as I'm going to check out, I check my bank account and everything, so I'm going to check out. I'm like, okay, I could swing this, but and Loki goes, I would check eBay if I were you. And I checked eBay, and remember, I couldn't see the picture on Amazon or anything. I checked eBay, found a seller with 100% rating. That was about half the price of the Amazon price. So this cat went from hundreds of dollars to almost nothing. And I'm like, I can't believe it. And they're like, yeah, it's working order. It's just nobody wants these cats anymore. Cheers. And it was used. And very rarely, guys, and sometimes you have to search for months and years, you will find a stand-up seller like that'll be like, you know what, everybody liked these things 10 years ago. It's not a vintage item. They still sell them. Here, have it. Take it. Get it out of my stock. So I'm going to get one of those Persians that I didn't even ask. I was like, at that price, I don't care if the damn thing just sits there. Are you kidding? Are you sure? Because it's all in one piece. I'm like expecting pieces of a cat in a box, because this is a damn expensive cat. You could probably go out and buy a regular Persian for half the price. And I was just so happy to get it, because it was just like, oh my god. And Freya was laughing hysterically, and she appeared in her finery, as she usually does. And then she let it slip. She appeared as Aphrodite. And I was like, God damn it to hell, woman, because it was always her. There was no Aphrodite. She was just laughing and dancing around, and she likes the bosoms to hang out sometimes. And she's laughing because the person had talked about said they would look. That was Freyr. And I'm like, God damn it to hell, you banner gods. Just laughing hysterically. And I get the idea that, we can see our gods. Every way we see our gods is legitimate, but there are people that make the Vanir gods down home country, simple folk, and that must work for some people. For some people, the rich and powerful. For me, it's morons that live in a never-ending party. They're smart as a whip, but they also like to get drunk and walk around naked, and it's like, oh, hey. Freyr loves that book, that rune magic book I have that talks about him having it on with the priestess front and center, just taking her in front of all the villagers. I'm like, Jesus, man. Pagans are promiscuous, but this is like pushing the line. And then she walks him and said horse to a swamp, and she cuts off his bits, and he falls over dead and drowns in the swamp. And she does it to the horse too, and there's bodily fluids going everywhere. I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? God, people need to stop doing drugs and writing magic books. These two things do not always go together. Because I could tell, you ever like have a lot of friends that do drugs, so you can kind of tell the drug the writer was on at the time. It's like as I look back at my Spexer writing, I'm like, holy shit! Now I know what his Spexer writing looks like. I know what I was never on Xanax, but I was on a copycat, and like if I could go back and find my my writing at the time I was on each of these drugs, these were prescribed by a doctor. You can tell there's a certain writing style, like if somebody's dropping acid or somebody's doing something else, you can really tell it comes out in the art. And I just say, you be a grown-ass adult, do your research backwards and forwards. Don't get arrested and do your research. I've had friends that just take it too far. And I've known people that do weed all the time, for example, and either they get some bad weed because I did research backwards and forwards in college. No, the guy below me smoked, and I was pretty damn chill, but they claim you can't get contact high, so there. But I was pretty damn chill the whole time I was in college because this guy just smoked weed constantly. And I would have my windows open. I had the goddamn nicest looking plants. And true story time, none was going to come over to see my plants because everybody would say, you have the nicest plants in the row. What is it? I knew very well what it was. It was the pot smoke would just waft up and come floating into my room. The plants loved it. The plants were like, oh yeah, man, I'm baked. Give me more. Because I had plants growing like outside of their climate zones and everything else. You'd have like some jasmine here and some tropical plants here and some plants that like cold weather there. And they were all chilling together because they were all perpetually baked. And so it's like, I don't know. What the hell was the point of this video? Oh yeah, I'm getting the Persian cat. So the Vanir gods do come through really well. They apologized for playing with me. They couldn't resist. It was a fun day, kind of a slow day, and they're idiots. So they were playing with me. Our gods don't expect us to suffer. If we want something and they think we don't need it, then yeah, we might not always get it, but they don't expect us to actually live without anything nice at all. It's just the blessings come at their chosen speed, and when they want it to come, it will come very fast. You just have to be willing to accept it. In the way it comes. I was totally fine with getting this cat dirt cheap when it was old, and they said yes, it obviously looks like it's been played with. But I looked at the pictures. I'm like, I used to do toy sales and stuff online too. I've done everything, man. I'm like, that looks nicer than some of the stuff on the shelf, because what used to happen, like if you do like a lot of toy sales or something, and you go out to get toys, you will notice people will break that stuff out of the packaging, play with it, mess it all up, and then just put it back in the packaging. So I'm like, that looks better than some of the stuff I've seen sitting on the shelf. So yeah, even if it doesn't work, even if it's just like a shelf sitter, I will be happy, happy, happy. So they do work. And this is the weird channel where you never know what I'm going to talk about. I took Psych 101, and that kind of really opened my eyes because my coffee is a psychoactive drug. It's a legal drug, man. I take legal drugs all the time. You take multivitamins, allergy medicine, whatever. If you knew just a little bit of chemistry, you could be doing Breaking Bad right in your own living room. Please don't do that and get arrested and blame me. But yeah, to me, it's a thing of, if we lived in a more advanced society that didn't demonize everything, it would be like anything else. Some people can drink, not my family. Some people can smoke cigarettes and just like smoke one a day or one a month or one a year. Not my family. In my family, we have very addictive personalities, so we would be piss poor test subjects for can you do recreational marijuana. We're very balls to the wall in the whole way. Shut up, Lucky. This was a sex reference. Do everything to the extreme. So I'm like, if they ever do legalize pot in the state, and I think it is like partially legalized, I'm like, I would be a piss poor candidate because I would be grabbing random people off the street and selling them on the black market to pay for my habit. I'd start with the neighbors that piss me off. That's who I'd start. Lucky's like, did we just go to white slavery? I was studying the Vikings today, and they would actually capture people, and they called them thralls, and they would just sell them on international markets, and it was just considered your piss poor luck if you got captured and sold. If you were lucky, you got a good master. If you weren't, oh wow, sucks to be you. I don't know. We're just really random. It's kind of like that shopping high you get, that endorphin, and anytime I can save like hundreds of dollars on something and still get it. It's like the best high ever. It really is. It's like you got shot with all these endorphins. And I've been on every psychoactive, psychotropic drug to man. So this beats them all. This beats them all, man. Get some really good deals. Don't take your bank account to zero, but get you some really good deals. And I asked Loki, I said, should I cancel the Spaniel? Should I cancel the Spaniel? Because, I had ordered the King Charles Spaniel. And he's like, no, get it. We wanted you to have really nice gifts for your birthday. Seriously, you bought yourself body wash and deodorant? So I was happy with what I had. And I'm like, okay, if you're sure. And he's like, I'm sure. He's like, it'll be okay. Because remember I told you he had snuck in. So last month so he could get 2 cuttings last month, but ended up shooting them in the foot for this month, kind of, because he comes every 2 weeks. I know, excitement. So we will be okay, and it was just really interesting that happened because, even if I could afford tomorrow, even if I won the lottery tomorrow, probably would not have an actual cat living with me because, like I said, highly allergic, and you guys hear I'm like stuffed up as it is. And just with the bad knees and everything else, it would be like, no, I would not be a good pet companion because there's no way I could walk a dog every day, and there's no way I could, interact with Kitty every day. I went outside today and I regretted it, and my arthritis is acting up like crazy, and I have that fun unidentified arthritis that they don't know what it is, but it hurts like anything, and it's like, yeah. Yeah, if they ever legalize weed in this state, I'll be smoking a lot of it, apparently from what I remember in college from, of course I didn't smoke, just the guy below me smoked. I was mysteriously pain-free my whole time in college, and I never got migraines, and I couldn't figure out why. Okay, so, yeah, make of that what you will. Maybe it was just psychological, but, because everybody was saying at the time, no, you can't get high from marijuana smoke. You have to be inhaling it from the cigarette. And I'm like, but it's still smoke. It doesn't magically change chemically. Wait, what? So I don't know. Either I was high as fuck during my college years or I wasn't. I have no idea, but it also controlled my appetite and I lost a lot of weight. So it was a great time to be me because I was like eating healthy, had a fuck ton of energy. I must have the opposite effect. I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about drugs. I have no idea. Don't do drugs and get caught. You guys know. Seriously, addiction runs in my family, so be be super careful, be smart. But I don't believe in demonizing drugs either. I think it should all be legal, and people should be aware of the dangers and aware of what addiction is and aware of what it does to people. And maybe we live in a happier place and our jails wouldn't be overflowing. But that's just the social activist in me. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.